what we've revealed today is a culture of a government that's very, very casual with the public's money. As we talk, businesses up and down the country are opening up. And we know those businesses will be very hard on the money that they spend as the cost of their operations, because they have to be. We would take that same approach, that same level of rigour, because you look at some of the things we've revealed. Did the government really need to spend that money on theatre training? Did they really need those pictures from the Tate Gallery? We would take the same level of rigour that business up and down the country is doing and apply that to our nation's finances.
So you'd be very Thatcher-esque then, be all about good housekeeping.
But I don't think that's necessarily a Thatcher-esque thing or any other politician's thing. I think the public should be able to expect that we would treat taxpayers' money as if it was precious on our own and be really, really hard on it, and that's what we'd be. This is what we're seeing, this staggering increase. On these cards you can spend £20,000 in one go, £100,000 in a month. This is what happens to governments that have been doing it for too long, that have got sloppy, and this is what we see. And frankly, Richard's defence, well, it's preposterous.
Well, what do you think his defence? He's actually saying spending's gone down proportionately.
Well, it's handy that he was outside because his pants were on fire there. The £1 billion he talks about there was across the entirety of the public sector. So we're talking about the NHS, we're talking about local councils, we're talking about the BBC. This is departmental spending that the ministers are directly accountable for. So, I'd like to hope that he's just mistaken there, because otherwise I think it is muddying the debate, frankly.
But let me just get this right, OK? You singled out here Greg Hands, who stayed 2 nights in a £318 5-star hotel in Germany. Are you telling me that if that was Labour, you would put your minister up in a bed and breakfast that costs £50 a night? Is that what you're saying, that you will take that cost right down?
Sorry, I don't think those are the two options. It is reasonable to expect that ministers...
Well, what is reasonable? Because £318, to me, I just think, I'm happy for the minister to go and stay there in Germany for that much. What is reasonable? Because you need to start telling us what you would do different.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I would want to see and what I would want to be able to come on your show and talk to your viewers about is that we genuinely got the best deal, because there will be times that might be the only hotel in the place where he's having to do important business the next morning at 7 a.m. I'm not going to poke holes in that, but we'd want to know that for sure, that was the best and only option at that time. And what you will get from us, Sarah, is that accountability, that the money that was spent was essential spending in the interest of the British people.
So how are we going to get that accountability? So every time a minister or Labour spends on that credit card, are your credit card receipts going to be published for the public to check out? To be quite honest with you, I haven't got time as a working man running my own business to then check your credit card bills to say, oh yeah, that's okay. I haven't got time to do that. I should just trust you. And I do feel that a lot of MPs and ministers are trustworthy and that they're not spending public money just down the drain. I don't believe that they are.
No, I don't either. We don't want to sully the body politic in doing that. And nor, Sarah, are we asking you to completely change your life to do that. That's why we've done it as an opposition. It's our job to hold the government to account, not yours. So because you haven't got the time, for very good reasons. So, that's why we've done that. And I hope that would show to people, that we have a real commitment in this space, that actually we think this is really important. This is the public's money. And, we know people are struggling with the cost of living. We know up and down the country, whether it's teachers, nurses, firefighters, are being told they can't have a pay rise. They will look at some of this spending, particularly on entertainment, particularly, as I say, theatre training, paintings, and wonder, was that really what the British people needed in their interests? And I think that's right that we probe that as an opposition. And in government, we would be very, very transparent. And if we weren't meeting those standards, we know that people would pull us up on it.